All right. Blood Brothers is it's a freemium multiplayer RPG. You can get it from Google Play. There are added benefits you can get, hence the word freemium, that you can pay for. But most of the features within the game, or most of the things that you can actually buy, you can achieve in the game. So you don't have to focus so much on spending money. When you first start, now I've already started here. When you first start, you have to choose a warlord, and when you tap on each one, it'll basically explain what each one is, what it does, its stats, things like that. One of the first things that's going to happen is once you get through your tutorial after you're choosing the warlord, you will have the chance to put in a referral code. Now the referral code, go to it real fast, will give you benefits. Some of these benefits, now if you're the one whose code was used or the one using the code, you will get benefits. Right now it's this this lion, which can be turned into really great familiars. That is my code if you decide to use it. If not, no big deal. Doesn't matter whose code you use, you get the same benefits either way. These benefits that you get will show up in your wagon. The board will show the actual what had happened. Like here it says someone used my ID. Here it's an ally request. So that'll say 1 when you get your referral because it'll throw a new message up. And then within the wagon, you'll have whatever it is that you had received. Obviously I've already taken anything I've received. Now to the game itself. Okay, once you have a warlord, you'll start your adventure. In this case, there's an event going on. It'll be over in like 2 hours. You're going to start within an adventure board like this. Now when you start an adventure, basically you tap on it. It'll tell you what zone you're on. You can select a different zone if you want once you've passed a few. Okay, now you have your band. Your band is basically your group of familiars. You will have your warlord, obviously. You won't have anybody else first starting out. You will have the ability to forge a pack. And what this is if you want to spend real money, you can use this one, which pretty much gives you a rare familiar about every time. Uncommon at least. Then silver packs, which are uncommon. They're common, uncommon, and rare, but your chances of uncommon are more likely. Copper, common is pretty much all you're going to get. And this is how it works. When you tap on that, you can either get 1 pack at a time, which is 1 familiar, or you can do 3 packs, in my case, because I have 3 silver coins right now. If you have 100 coins, that'll say 10. You can do up to 10 at any one time. Once you do those 10, you can just do 10 more right after, not a big deal. So let's do 1 pack and just see what we get. A common. Not a very good familiar. Okay, so you get those familiars. So what you're going to want to do next, since you have extra familiars, is either put them in your party if you need them, or you can do Blood Brotherhood. Now what Blood Brotherhood does is, let's say, okay, my lion that I'm trying to level up to use, which I'll show what I'm using that for in a minute. And there's the one that we just received. So tap that one second as the one to sacrifice. Okay? It's going to cost you a certain amount of gold. Now once you hit OK and confirm it, it just gave towards his skill, not stats. Those are stats here. But what doing that does is it increases the level of their special ability, which in his case is Dispel. When this gains a level, what will happen is this will go up to level 20. The chances of him using that and his proficiency and everything will go up. Alright, so let's just move on from that one. Another one is Evolution, which by tapping this up here in the corner when you're on this screen, you can tap Evolution. And what evolution does is it takes a familiar and, like, say I pick him as a spawn, and then I can choose the same type as a seed. Now when you do this, what's going to happen is the seed will disappear. If the seed is max level, you really want to get the seed to max level. I'll explain that in a second. If I were to say okay to this, what would happen is your spawn would get 5% of the seed's stats. Now, if the seed is maxed out on level, then your spawn will get 10% instead of 5. So obviously the goal is to max out your seed before you use it. Now, if I were to do this with the 2 lions, I would get this lion here, which is kind of an upgraded one, Lion Prince 2. Okay. Next is empowerment, which is part of kind of the skilling section. Now, what empowerment does is you will choose an avatar or a familiar, and you have these different what do they call them? Crystals. Now, when you use one of these crystals on your familiar, it will permanently add 50 to that stat. Like you've got health, attack, defense, blah, blah, blah. You can use each one up to 10 times for one familiar. So this familiar can have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Alright, so now that we've covered that, there is one other thing you can do when you have a familiar that you don't want. If you don't want to throw them in, like commons generally, once you've gotten going, you don't want to use commons here because it's using your gold, the same amount of gold as an uncommon when you do the Blood Brother. What you can do, let's hit back and go back to this, go to the home screen. Okay, what you can do is here there's a button More. Tap More, Dismiss, and now when you dismiss a familiar, it gets rid of the familiar, but it also pays you for it. So like here's a common, I'm not going to use him for anything, and there's a common, I'm not going to use him. So it throws them up here and it tells you how much gold you're going to get. So then you hit OK, yes, confirm, it just gave you the gold, it added it to your total. Okay. So let's go back to the adventure. Go to the main area. And here we go. We're on zone 2. Okay. This is the band I want to use. If you want to change it, you can hit band, and you can have backups. So if he dies, he'll take his place. If he dies, he'll take his place. Not in battle, but after that battle, he'll show up in your group. Okay. So let's begin. Okay, so here we are, main screen. You can either tap the arrow to move, or you can just hit go and he'll move automatically. So I'll hit go. Perfect timing. Okay, now in a PvP battle, this is what happens. You get 3 PvP battles every time that pops up, and it's a random thing. I'm not sure exactly why it comes up or when. These are your battle points. This is how many battles. It uses 1 per battle if you do a standard. It uses 3 if you do all out, but it makes you a lot stronger. So in this case, let's see. We've got him. He's a level 52 with 3 epic creatures. He's got 1 rare, 2 epics at 52. And 45 with a rare and 2 epics. Let's see. I'm just going to do a standard attack. Probably going to lose. But he's the lowest level with seemingly weakest people. So we'll do standard. Okay. This is your battle screen in PvP. Now when you're in PvP, before you do anything, you can tap on somebody and switch to that backup that I was talking about earlier. In this case, we don't want to because he's actually my strongest one in my group. But When you start the fight, you have no control over the fight. You'll hit battle and hope that they use skills. There they go, using... There, Berserk. Okay, so I won. So now what this does, and I leveled up. Okay. Here we go. So I've won 1. I need 2 more wins to get a streak of 3. When you get a streak of 3, you get benefits. So let's go ahead and we'll say next. Okay, take what you get. You get gold and different things when you win. Let's try this one. I'll try to run through these real fast so we can get back to the adventure part. Okay. Three epics, odds are I'd lose. 4, that's something you will get later on. You can get a 4th familiar when you get past a certain point within the adventure. We'll go ahead and do this one, and I'm going to do All Out, so I can show you this. All Out, basically, you can get bugles when you win those streaks of 3. Those 1 bugle is 1 PvP kind of battle point. So we'll say go. It'll go ahead and add that and start the battle. And here you'll see kind of what it does when I hit battle. There, times 1.2. Okay, so there's the 3rd one in a row. Now that there's been 3, well, here, I'll go ahead and show you this. When it levels up, it kind of shows you what it's adding stats-wise for gaining that level. Okay. Now once you win 3, you're like, great, alright. PvP is over. So we'll say, okay. 3 back-to-back wins. You get 2 bugles for 3. As you progress, like if you can get up to like 30 wins, you end up getting even better items and different things. So let's say okay. Then you get this. Now, this familiar is actually, it says right here, offering. This is used for the Blood Brother feature, because when you sacrifice him to increase skill on somebody, it gives you 100, as opposed to the others that give you like 9 or 25 or whatever it is. And you get 2 silver coins for the 3-win streak. Now the 2 silver coins obviously is so that you can get more packs, more familiars. Okay, so let's continue on and we'll go to a normal battle. Those chests give you that. Gold packs give you gold. When you hit a crossroads, you can choose which direction you want to go. Now the red arrow is going to give you the recommended path, but you can come here and hit map and see here, red is battles and yellow is like chests or gold or whatever. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and go straight and just try to run through it. Okay, now in this battle, this one's a little different than your PvP. In PvP, your warlord can die. Okay? In regular battle, if your warlord dies, you lose that battle. Let's go ahead and battle. Okay. Trying to get to a part where I can pull. Let's just keep going. Alright. Here in just a moment we should be able to see where we can actually get one of these people that we killed. Here we go. Pack time. Okay. Once you've defeated people, you'll get captives. Okay. You can either use, it's random, but you can either use a Heart's Blood, which always gives you that familiar. Like, you win. You'll get him. Or you can use Blood Meal, which, it seems like it's like a 20% chance on common, and, it goes up or goes down from there. There. See, we got him. So now we own him. He's in our group. Okay. So, I mean, basically, there's a lot you can do within this game, and it's definitely a fun game that can take a lot of time if you let it. Now, in this case, there is. Let me just show you here. These chests you only get if you complete the map. They will go away if you withdraw or whatever. Here's your gold. This is your energy. I don't know how blurry that is, but your energy is right here, which in the yellow, which tells you how many moves you have, and that's your level, your warlord's level. And I think that's about it. Oh, one more thing. Menu, to get to items to heal or whatever, you can go to menu, items, and these are the items that you have, so that you can, like, I could use the bugle now and go ahead and add the points instead of waiting until later. Dried sage will heal one of your familiars completely. Elixirs to bring one back from life. So let's go back here, and at any time you can go back to that home screen that shows you this. You won't have adventure here, you'll have resume because you're in the middle of a battle. And that's pretty much it. So, if this is your kind of game, go grab it. Otherwise, I hope if you have been playing, you learned something. So, download it and have fun.